and welcome to today's vlog. Today I am talking gluten-free food at Walt Disney. I'll be covering food at the booths, for example at the Epcot Flower and Garden Festival. I'll be talking quick serve, mobile order, sit down restaurants and hotels and more. There is a really big choice, surprisingly, of gluten-free food at Walt Disney World. Bear in mind that there are no dedicated gluten-free kitchens except for the bakery, Erin McKenna's bakery at Disney Springs. So anywhere that you do buy gluten-free food from, bear in mind that you are taking a risk for cross-contamination, so just bear that in mind when you order. My biggest tip for you is to download the My Disney Experience app. You can view all of the menus for all of the restaurants, booths, quick serve, everything you can view a menu for it on the My Disney Experience app. And I would say the best places to visit are the places that have an allergy friendly section on their menu. Not everywhere does, and for those places that don't, I suggest you check with the chef or a cast member when you arrive there. If you're making reservations, I suggest that you always let the cast members know beforehand that you have an allergy, and you can actually do this when you are reserving a table, so just make sure you just check that box and advise them that you have a gluten allergy. And when you arrive for any sit down meal, again just advise the cast member that you do have an allergy and they will make sure that you're catered for. If you are at a festival, all of the festival boards and the little booklet that you usually get, there is a little indicator in there as to whether what you're going to be getting is gluten free, which I think is really good. We ate at a few sit-down restaurants, including Steakhouse 71, California Grill and the Boathouse, and we also had a proper sit-down breakfast at the Kona Cafe, all of which were fully able to cater for my dietary needs, which is a gluten allergy, and actually the choice in all of those places was really good. California Grill, not so great, as they have a set menu for the 50th anniversary at present, so just check before you go that there is something you're going to like on the menu. They were able to sort of mix and match things around to get me a meal, which I thought was very good. When we ordered from quick service, again, that was really good, and what I really liked is that when you order from the allergy menu on quick service, your food comes out on a separate tray. It is completely separate to the non-allergy friendly things, so it's a different colour tray. It's really identifiable, and I think that means that Disney have a really good grasp on gluten allergies, which just makes me feel really confident to eat there. We stayed at Coronado Springs, and you can catch my resort tour in my Walt Disney World playlist. I will say that the gluten-free choice there wasn't the best. Breakfast wasn't too bad, I could have pancakes and waffles and things, but I will say that in the evenings there wasn't the greatest of choice gluten-free wise, especially as the gluten-free chicken strippers were completely off the menu. They were unavailable, and that was one of the few gluten-free choices there were for an evening meal. We visited the Epcot Flower and Garden Festival whilst we were there, and most of the booths had a gluten-free choice. Sometimes it is quite limited, and things you would expect to be gluten-free weren't, and this has a lot to do with cross-contamination. And I highly recommend the rice bowl that you can get from Harambe Market in Animal Kingdom. That was a great gluten-free option and I really enjoyed it. Mentioned earlier, the fixed menu at California Grill at the moment isn't the best for gluten-free choices. They were able to make me a meal, which I did really enjoy, but just bear in mind that as it's a fixed menu, there isn't a great gluten-free alternative there for you at the moment. But the servers were fantastic and were able to put together a really good gluten-free meal for me, which I really enjoyed, and our server was fantastic. He was a really great guy, and they seemed to really understand my gluten allergy. It was my birthday, and they did tell me that they usually give out cake on people's birthdays, but the cake that they had was not gluten-free, so I got a free glass of Prosecco instead. The breakfasts we had were really good, and I was able to have gluten-free pancakes and gluten-free Mickey waffles, which I really enjoyed, but not great if you don't like cinnamon. So, are you happy now that you have your Cinnabon?
I was happy before.
Are you excited to eat it?
I am.
It smells disgusting.
It's delicious. You wouldn't let me buy the 6 box.
We did visit Universal whilst we were there, and I will say that the gluten-free choice at Universal is not great. One thing I would like to highly recommend though is the churros at the Three Bridges at Coronado Springs. I've never had gluten-free churros before and they were absolutely phenomenal. I wish I had had them 10 more times, so if you are at Coronado or going to the Three Bridges, definitely get them. I will say that the breakfast at resorts can get a little bit samey. I did eat a lot of pancakes and waffles because there was no gluten-free cereal, which was a bit of a shame. But the macadamia nut pancakes at Kona Cafe were one of the greatest things I've ever eaten in my entire life. Definitely go and get those. My top tips for managing your gluten-free diet at Walt Disney World is check what you're getting before you go. Use the My Disney Experience app, look at reviews online. I would say I trust a menu more to cater to my gluten-free needs if they have an allergy-free section on the menu than if they don't. Sit-down restaurants are going to be able to cater for you better than the booths or quick service can, although don't rule out quick service. I did have some really great gluten-free choices from the quick serves. Always let cast members know about your dietary requirements so that they can cater for them. Usually a manager will come out and just check that there is something you can eat and that you're happy and that you understand what is going on. They'll also talk to you about cross-contamination. I did find the Magic Kingdom was the worst place for a gluten-free choice. Whilst I did find an option at Cosmic Rays, there were very few gluten-free snacks and things like that, which is a shame. So thank you for watching my very quick trip through the gluten-free options that you might be able to find at Disney. If you'd like me to cover more of the gluten-free food choices at Walt Disney World and its resorts, let me know below. I will be back soon with another video. Thank you as always for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye!